So first algorithm is bubble sort. Best case complexity is order of n square. Average case is order of n square. Worst case order of n square. Selection sort again. Best case, average case, worst case are order of n square. Insertion sort. For the best case, it is order of n. And the average case and worst case analysis is order of n square. Then in the case of quicksort, best case is order of n log n and average case is order of n log n. Worst case is order of n square. So in the case of merge sort and heap sort, best case, average case, worst case analysis remains the same. That is order of n log n. So the best sorting method is merge sort and heap sort. So you have to remember this hash tables. Hash table is a data structure which help us to retrieve information very effectively. So this is the fastest data structure. We can retrieve information very effectively. In hash table, data is stored in array format where each data value has its own unique index value. So each data values has a index. That is a specialty of array. So in the first module itself, we studied that we can retrieve information from the array very effectively. That is, time complexity is very less. So access of data becomes very fast if we know the index of the desired data. So access is very fast. So speedy access is the specialty of this hash table. It becomes a data structure in which insertion and search operation are very fast irrespective of the size of data. So here, uh, in addition to the access of data, insertion and searching operation are also faster. It doesn't depend upon the size of the data. So hash table uses array as a storage medium and uses hash technique to generate the index when an element is to be inserted or to be located from. So hashing is a searching technique which is independent of the number of elements n. So this is the main advantage of hashing. So why this searching technique is faster? Because it is independent of the number of elements n. So if you are having 50,000 elements, then also the searching technique is faster. So hashing is a technique to convert a range of key values into a range of indices of an array. So a range of key values are converted into a range of indices. This technique is known as hashing. The main idea behind any hashing technique is to find a one-to-one correspondence between a key value and index in the hash table where key value can be placed. So we are maintaining a one-to-one correspondence between this key value. So we are having so many key values. Key values means we are having so many numbers. So we need to store these numbers into some indices of the array. So we are having a mapping. So we need a mapping in such a way that there is an one-to-one correspondence between the key value and the indices. So H is the mapping hash function and K is the set of key value and I is the indices, range of indices. So this is the concept of hashing. So this is the hashing function. So this left oval shape. Left set means the key values, our numbers. So our numbers are mapped to some indices. That's the idea behind hashing. So in a hash table, a hash function is used to map the key into position. So we are having lot of numbers or lot of keys. So we are going to map these keys into some positions. So this technique is known as hashing. And we are using a function, hash function, to map the keys into the position. So actually the advantage of hashing technique is that it takes almost constant time for searching, insertion and deletion. And it also provides direct access of record from files. And it is possible with the help of a hash function which map the key with the corresponding key address or location. So it provides the key to address transformation. I will explain with an example. So we are having so many keys. So many keys are there, key 1, key 2, key 3. With the help of a hash function, so we are having a single index, single array. So totally there are 4 locations in the array, 0 to ranging from 0 to 3. So we need to store these keys into the array. So key 1, key 2, key 3. 3 keys are there. We are going to map these keys into the indices. So hashing means we need a hash function, and using this hash function, we are going to store our numbers. Keys means our numbers. We are going to store our numbers into the indices. So few criteria are there while deciding a hash function. First one is, so what are the requirement of a hashing function? That is the, actually it is a question. It is a very important question. So function h should be very easy and quick to compute. So we need a hash function. It must be easy and quick to compute. Also, it should, as far as possible, give two indices for two different keys. Means, so actually here we are having three keys. Key 1, key 2, key 3. We need to map these keys into the indices 0, 1, 2, 3. So we need a hash function. So actually, the if a hash function is perfect, then these keys must be in different locations. That is, key 1 may be in 0th location, key 2 may be in first location, key 3 may be in second location. But if the hash function is not perfect, then in some cases, the key may be, two keys may be allocated to a single index. That is, key 1 and key 2 may be allocated to a single index like 0. Means there is a collision. Two keys cannot be stored at the same location. That means there is a collision. So a hash function is perfect means it must eliminate collision. That is, or it should contain, it should be minimum number of collisions. That is, a perfect hash function means there must be a one-to-one correspondent. In one index, we can store only one key value. That is one number. Okay, that's about the hashing function. I think we can continue in the, okay, we will, this is just, hashing is a technique where search time is independent of the number of elements. So search time is increased in this hashing technique. So in this technique, a hash function is used to generate an address from the key. So we are having a key. So our input is key, and we are applying this key to a hash function, and we will get a address. Address is the index of the array. So this is the idea. So input of the hash function is a key, and it will return an address. Address means it is the index of the array. So we can write like this, hk equal to a, where h is the hash function, k is the key, and a is the hash value. So while applying a hash function on the key, we will get a address. So that address is known as hash value.